Hey guys, it's Alicia. Today I am doing another what I eat in a day on WW Green Plan or Weight Watchers. I am going to show you a full day of eating for me, and I get 30 points a day. So I'm starting off my day as I do every day, and that is with coffee. Now, this Stoke coffee, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this Stoke cold brew coffee is really, really good. This is not something that we normally buy. It's about $5 for that container. And to be honest, we're kind of a little too cheap for that. We usually just make our own coffee at home, but that has been kind of a nice little special treat that we've been really enjoying. And so in that, I'm going to put a little bit of the sugar-free Italian sweet cream coffee creamer by Coffee Mate. And this is still my favorite coffee creamer. I really, really like this stuff. I will measure this out and just put a tablespoon in there, because for a tablespoon of that coffee creamer, it is 0 points. And that Stoke coffee is also 0 points for a serving. So all together, my coffee is 0 SmartPoints. Now I intermittent fast, so all I have in the morning is some coffee and some water until lunchtime. Lunchtime for me is anywhere between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. For lunch today, I decided I was going to have some eggs. We ended up buying a 15 dozen box of eggs at Sam's a little over a month ago now, and I'm trying to get through those now. That is all they had, and so that is why we bought that size. And we got through a lot of eggs, but I am having to kind of try to get those used up right now. So I started off there with a little cooking spray in a pan, got that heated up, and now I'm adding in a onion and a red and orange bell pepper. Now I am not going to be using all of these veggies in my eggs. In fact, I'm probably only going to be using about a quarter of them, but I wanted to get those bell peppers cooked up because they were starting to look not so fresh. And I like just having cooked veggies all by themselves too. So I'll either use those in more eggs or I'll just eat them plain, but I wanted to get them all cooked up. So that's what I'm doing. After I let the onion and bell peppers start to soften up a little bit, I decided I was going to add in some mushrooms that I had that were also not looking the best, as you can see there. I wanted to get those used up too. And again, I love sauteed veggies like this. So I'm going to put some in eggs and then probably end up just eating the rest of them. And the nice thing about these veggies is they are 0 SmartPoints on Weight Watchers. But now I'm going to go ahead and just cook this until all those veggies are nice and softened. And I really should have used a larger frying pan because those veggies barely fit in there, but it worked. After letting the veggies saute for a few minutes, they were done. So then I just took them out and put them in this glass container because again, I'm only going to be using about a quarter of these for my eggs. So just stuck them in this glass container to save for later. Once I got all those veggies out of there, I went ahead and just took the same frying pan. I sprayed it down with a little more cooking spray. And I'm going to cook my eggs in the same pan. Now here what I have is 4 egg whites and 2 full eggs. And I just kind of whip them up a little bit. And I am using the 4 egg whites because egg whites are lower in points than the full egg. But I really, really love the egg yolk. And so I want a little bit of that in there too. So I decided to use 2 full eggs. So for 1 point for the egg whites and 4 points for the 2 full eggs, I've got a total of 5 points of egg here. I went ahead and added a little black pepper to this. You can add salt if you want. I'm always watching my salt, so I didn't. So here I'm just starting to cook these a little bit before I go ahead and add the veggies back in. And once those eggs started cooking a little bit, I added in about a quarter of those veggies that I cooked up earlier. Now, like I said, I love sauteed veggies like this. And with Weight Watcher recipes, I'm always trying to bulk them up with adding extra veggies to them. So with these eggs, adding the veggies added a whole lot more bulk to them. and made them just more satisfying and filling. So I love using veggies just because they are a great healthy way to bulk up your meal. So here I'm just plating these up and slinging some around the room. If I'm not making messes, I am not cooking. Okay, so here I am adding 1.5 ounces of avocado, which is 2 points, and just a little bit of salsa, which was 0 points. And then some of my favorite stuff ever, the non-fat plain Greek yogurt that I use on all kinds of things. This Greek yogurt is only 2 SmartPoints for a 3/4 cup, and I'm only using probably about a couple tablespoons there, so 0 points for that. And here it is. This was only 7 points, and it was really satisfying for those 7 points. Now, a lot of the times I will add cheese to it too, and that makes the points a little higher, but I didn't this time, and it was still really good. And there is a banana. I decided to have that with this too, just for a little something extra. And of course, bananas are 0 points. So I also had a Mountain Dew, which is my vice. I'm always drinking Mountain Dew, pretty much for lunch every single day. But yeah, very, very satisfying lunch, very filling, and definitely one that I will be having in the future. I had a snack later, and it was 3 of these Halo oranges, which I absolutely love. These ones are kind of small. Normally I'll just have 2, but like I said, those were small. So I had 3. And there's my water that I've been drinking all day. And I also had one of these Sargento cheese sticks. These are only 1 point. Love these things. They make a really, really nice little snack. And I also had some of this beef jerky. Now that is a serving size right there. It's not a whole lot, as you can see. But that's 2 points for this Jack Link's original beef jerky. And we like this, but as I mentioned in my video on things that we enjoy eating on Weight Watchers, Jack Link's also has jerky sticks that are only 1 point a piece for the same size, basically an ounce. But they have less sugar in them, so they are lower points because of that. But this was my snack for the day. 0 for the oranges, 2 points for the jerky, 1 point for the cheese stick, at 3 points for the snack total. For dinner, I had one of my favorites, and that is Mexican quinoa. I love this stuff. It is so, so good. I added a little bit of Greek yogurt, as you can see there. And again, it was not that much, so 0 points. And then I also added another 1.5 ounces of avocado for 2 points. The Mexican quinoa itself, for just over a cup, is 6 points. So altogether, my dinner was 8. And it was worth every one of those points. So good. After dinner, I decided to have a little nighttime snack while my husband and I watched some TV. And that is Stovetop Popcorn. And as you can see there, that just starts with coconut oil that I have a really hard time getting into the pan. I used 2 teaspoons, which is 4 points. And now I use a 1/4 cup of popcorn kernels. The popcorn kernels are also 4 points. And I just add those in there too. And you want your pot on high heat, and then you are going to put a lid on it, let all that heat up until it starts to pop. And then when it starts to pop, about right here, I turn the heat off and just let it kind of remain sitting there and continuing to pop until the popping has basically stopped. You don't want to leave it on there too long because it will start to burn, but once those kernels stop popping really, really quickly, just pull it off the heat and it is ready to go. And this is what you end up with for 8 points. I think it's a pretty good serving for that much, and it's very, very satisfying. So definitely one of my go-to snacks. I also had a little bit of this sugar-free Jell-O that I had left over and a little bit of fat-free whipped topping. And the Jell-O is 0 points. The fat-free whipped topping is about 2. So a total of 10 points for my evening snack. And that brings my total for the day to 28 SmartPoints out of the 30. I hope you guys maybe got some ideas from this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.